without further ado, let's bring out our first guest tonight. It's Justin Purvis, everybody.
They're like puzzle pieces.
It's sex Tetris. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Coming out swinging, Justin Purvis.
I already invited Charlie to my shower, so I may as well go with sex Tetris. Right. Consistency is key.
That's right.
So,
That's how you make a baby.
all right, I think we all know how to make babies.
On to the bees, everyone.
So, Justin,
Yeah, I'm gonna do a children's show.
that'll be fantastic. Gonna need somebody to invent your language for that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Hey, I'm gonna get Samuel Jackson to do the sound.
Oh no.
Can I have music for that? Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you guys talk after the show. I know you're hungry now. You're always looking for the next gig. So, Justin, you're kind of a Renaissance man. You're a performer. You have this movie, which we'll talk about, but you're also a baker, correct?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about this today because you never know what you're good at until you try everything.
Yeah.
So I do bake things, and then they get eaten. Whether or not I eat most of them. So, but yeah, I had one of the bars in my neighborhood ran out of desserts. And so I was like, I'm going to try and make a dessert for them in the hopes of, because they sell their donuts there, and the donuts are fine, but they're not good for late night. You know, you want something good and heavy and dense to soak up all the alcohol.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to make a cake, and it's going to be so dense that you won't be able to eat it.
That's a good goal.
That's a high bar.
Yeah.
And apparently the owner was like, you're right. I can't eat this.
I can't eat this. I want 1,000. Give me 1,000.
You're hired. Yeah, everything in the hopes of making a little extra money. So
That's awesome. Hey,
That's
gotta get that side hustle going.
right.
So now, and Justin, so turning to a slightly more serious note, so a lot of your work is kind of informed by this rare disorder that you have.
Yeah.
So can you share with us a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah, the disease I have is called choroideremia. It is, most people have heard of retinitis pigmentosa. You guys heard of retinitis pigmentosa? No. You guys have heard of blindness? All right, glaucoma? I don't get a prescription for that. I tried to get one from my doctor. They're like, no, it doesn't.
You're just like, I have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, I can't sleep at night. I'm not allowed to drive anymore. But both retinitis pigmentosa and choroideremia are degenerative eye diseases that, well, let's talk about mine because FRP, because, I mean, they're good for them. They've got the disease. They call it a popular disease, which means it's more well-known, so it gets the funding. It's like the popular kids at school.
It's not like it's more fun.
Right.
No.
There's nothing fun about it.
Yeah, there isn't. But they're sister diseases, and choroideremia starts by when you're younger. It starts by having no night vision.
Okay.
You lose the ability to see in the dark, which it's a gradual progression. So you have no idea you're actually losing your vision, and so you just think that you're seeing like everybody else does. And you're just wondering why everyone else isn't walking into things or accidentally groping people in the hallway. But then, so it starts with a loss of night vision, and then it progresses to basically you lose all your peripheral vision, so it becomes... Every time I'm in a bar between 7 and 9, that happens, and I have to talk to my friends like, am I losing my sight, or are they trying to like, well, it's good. Everybody else caught on to it, and I was just like, hey, something's happening.
And it's like, react, Justin, yeah. Well, you know, as my mom likes to say about bars, as the lights go down, the prices go up. A little hot tip for you guys after the show.
True. All right, Darnell.
Yeah. So, but anyway, this informs a lot of your work.
Yes, or at least it informs the people I play with.
Okay.
Because once I start working with the group, well, now everybody knows. But when it was up until 3-4 years ago,
Yeah.
I kind of kept it to myself because it was my deal. Because
Yeah.
everyone's got a deal, everyone's got a thing. You all have something you have to live with, and as do I. And so I would only tell people that needed to know, like my castmates.
Yeah.
And I'd say, all right, just let you know, don't like do something like improv throwing a ball in my face if I'm not looking, because I will completely deny you.
I'm gonna catch
Yeah, exactly. But it does inform everything I do, even though I keep pushing to do more things.
I think that's great though. You gotta push
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm here today.
Yeah, well, we're glad.
I'm trying to get the movie out so everyone see it.
Yeah, well, let's talk about the movie real quick. So, share with us. So it's you and your brother.
Yeah, my brother. I was diagnosed when I was 14.
Okay.
And my brother was diagnosed in 2008. He's 5 years older than me. He has more vision than I do, but he has less hair. So.
Hey, you got a very nice head.
I do. I have my great-grandfather on my mother's side there.
Okay.
Died with a full head of hair. Of course, he was 35 and it was a car accident.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I have to lighten the mood.
You don't falter for that. You don't falter for that.
But yeah, so he got diagnosed in 2008, and I had always wanted to. One of the things I wanted to do is like do something cool for myself. And so I've been planning this. I wanted to Magellan something. I wanted to circumnavigate something.
Yeah.
And the world's already been done multiple times.
Sure.
Nobody's ever circumnavigated the United States. Ever. And so,
Hasn't been done.
no, until now. It's too late.
Ship has sailed for the rest of
But I wanted to. I wanted to drive around the country, just for fun. And I was talking to my brother about it, and he was just like, "Oh, that's a really awesome idea." And then he was like, he lives in LA, and he's an editor and film guy.
Okay.
That's what an editor is a film guy. But he was like, "Oh, that's a great idea. I'll come with you. We'll have we'll do a brother bonding thing," which is scary in itself because on the trip we spent 35 days together. That's 24 hours a day. No away time.
Well, road time.
Yeah, and that was the most time we'd ever spent together because even when we were growing up, we had our own rooms.
Yeah. I was not so lucky.
Share with brothers?
Yeah, with my one brother.
One brother. Is it just the one brother?
No, I have a younger sister too, but she got her own room.
Did you have your own room?
I did, yeah.
Do you have siblings?
So-
All right. So she got her own room too? See, what's up? Double standard.
If I had a time machine, I actually wouldn't change it.
Yeah. It defines who you are. It got you to this point right here.
Exactly.
Behind the velvet tablecloth.
Exactly. That'll be my bag.
Bobbleheads?
Well, they're mighty bugs, actually. But
Holy crap. That's awesome.
these are a gift from my brother too, so that's why it's so mad.
Oh, nice.
But let's focus on you.
I thought this was a swag I got to take home with me.
Absolutely not. And don't open that pack.
It's gonna be worth money.
Yeah, maybe it's all about you guys.
I have got, my dad calls them dolls, I've got action figures in my apartment still in the case because they're worth money that way.
Right.
I've got like Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, and I've got Darth Maul. No, I've got Skipper.
Yeah, any expert knows that Skipper is
So worth more money than Barbie. Barbie is,
All right.
she's not built to proportions, really.
Yeah, same here.
She gives unrealistic things for girls.
That's true.
That's also why I'm here to talk about.
All right, let's focus on one thing.
All right. Okay.
So
So yeah.
road trip with your brother.
So yeah, we decided to do this, and since he's an editor and film guy out in LA, he's like, we should make a movie of it. And our first idea was, we'll buy like 90 flip cams and tape them all over the car.
That's like the YouTube 3D experience.
Yeah, or like that the Beastie Boys. I made this movie where they just handed cameras to people. But we scrapped that in lieu of getting a crew.
Okay.
So we ended up getting a 3-person crew to follow us through a friend and former student of mine.
Oh, cool.
He reached out to his friends from Buffalo, New York. Anyone from Buffalo, New York?
I am.
Yeah! It snows a lot there.
Yeah, that lady!
They wanted to do a screening of the movie this past February up in Buffalo. Buffalo, and because it was our director's birthday.
Yeah.
And both my brother and I were like, no, no, let's go in June or
Yeah.
July. We should do a screening in Mexico in February.
Yeah, in Cozumel.
Yeah, it's the perfect place. They need to know about Puerto Rico. I was going to say Red Line Pigmentosa.
Yeah. You
They
almost-
already, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I just said it again.
Well, Justin, we actually have a trailer here. Let's show it if we could for everybody.
Yeah, please.
All right. Very, very solid.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which trailer it was
Yeah,
gonna be.
surprise.
And so, because there's one that does that setup and it launches into something really funny. It is both funny and sad.
Well, we wanted to read the funny live with you right here.
Yeah, okay, all right. But also, I just wanted to take this moment, because I don't know how much time I have left. But
Yeah.
we're actually going to be doing our first DC public screening of Driving Blind.
So how can people come see it?
Yeah, it's going to be next Sunday.
Okay.
You can go on, we've got a Facebook page, and it's Facebook Driving Blind. Yeah, Facebook. Type in Driving Blind. It says movie, click on it. And it's next Sunday. We're going to have 2 screenings at 4 and 7
Cool.
at the Pinch in Columbia Heights. So it's absolutely free. But if you want to donate money, it will go, all the money we raise that day will go towards to the CRF, the Corridor Remake Research Foundation, or to help us get rejected for more festivals.
Either way.
I feel like 50-50, but yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I'm going to the 7 o'clock show.
Yeah, he'll be there, so you can hang out with Charlie.
So it's not about you. No one cares when you're going.
True. Maybe whatever time yeah, it's good for you.
And when are you coming to?
4 o'clock.
Hey, there we go, see?
All right.
So either way, you win.
Either way, well, Justin, we are almost out of time, but as you may not know, which you're about to know, we always have a signature question on the show, and this time around we're doing 3 separate ones. So the one we chose for you, because I assume that you like drinking based on this one. So St. Patrick's Day is coming up on Sunday.
Okay.
Can you share with us the last time you threw up due to drinking?
Wow, threw up. That's great. That's a completely different story. I'll tell you the one I remember immediately. I was living in Sierra Vista, Arizona. I was living with my parents. I was 25. My parents had gone out to, my mom country line dances, so my parents had gone out to do country line dance. I had made rum and cokes, and I was playing like some Dungeons and Dragons game on the computer. And I was blasting probably my Walkman or my Discman at the time to whatever 90s nostalgia music I had. And I was sitting, as we all know, when you're sitting and drinking, you don't understand how drunk you are until you
Oh, definitely.
And I would drink my drink, and I'd go to the kitchen, make another one, come back down and sit and play D&D and listen to Spin Doctors. And then after probably 7 of them, I stood up and I was like, hey, oh, luckily the bathroom was right next to the computer room. My parents were not home yet. I went in there and puked it all up. And then after about 15 minutes, I was like, D&D!
Yeah! Real story. Thank you. Well, Justin, on that note, thank you so much for being on the program. Justin Purvis, everybody, if you want to check out the movie next Sunday. Thank you. All right.
All right.
Woo!
Dungeons and Dragons always makes me barf.